All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to crack the code on what makes a team, well, truly unbeatable. And we're going to do it by smashing together two absolutely legendary ideas. First, Gallup's deep research into what the world's best managers actually do. And second, Patrick Lencioni's brilliantly simple model for the perfect team player. Let's get to it.
So here's a question that probably keeps every leader up at night. You do everything right, you invest in great people, you've got the competitive pay, the benefits, a strong company mission, and yet your best people, your top talent, still walk out the door. What is going on? Well, decades of research point to a surprisingly consistent and maybe frustrating answer.
And there it is. This one finding from Gallup's massive study is our starting point, and it's absolutely crucial. You've heard the saying, right? People don't leave bad companies, they leave bad managers. It's a classic for a reason. This means the quality of your frontline managers isn't just a factor, it's the #1 factor in keeping your talent and driving performance. So, naturally, the first half of our playbook has to start right there.
Now, to understand what the best managers do, we first have to unlearn a lot of what most of us have been taught. See, great managers don't just follow conventional wisdom. They pretty much break all the rules.
This is where we just turn standard management practice completely on its head. Conventional wisdom tells us to find weaknesses and try to create these well-rounded employees. But great managers, they know that's a total waste of energy. They focus on a person's natural talents and put them in a position to use those strengths. They don't treat everyone the same. No, they treat everyone like the unique individual they are. And they don't see a promotion up the ladder as the only path to success. They create heroes in every single role.
At the very heart of this whole philosophy is the idea of talent. And this isn't about skills or knowledge. Those things can be taught. Talent is different. It's innate. It's just how your brain is wired. It's that salesperson who just loves the thrill of closing the deal, or that nurse who has this bottomless well of empathy. Great managers know you can't teach talent. You have to find it.
So the Great Manager's Playbook really boils down to these 4 keys. First, you hire for that innate talent, not just a resume full of experience. Second, you stop micromanaging the how. Instead, you define the right outcomes and you let people use their unique talents to get there. Third, you spend your time amplifying their strengths, not trying to patch up their weaknesses. And finally, you obsess over finding that perfect fit for each person so they can truly shine.
Okay, so having a great manager is essential. They're the catalyst, right? But a catalyst can only work with the right ingredients. A manager's playbook is really only half the equation. You also need the right people on the field.
And that brings us to the second half of our playbook, this time inspired by the work of Patrick Lencioni. He asked a really simple question. What do the absolute best team players all have in common? And he discovered that the people who make teamwork seem totally effortless consistently share 3 simple yet incredibly powerful virtues.
That's it. Humble, hungry, smart. These 3 words are the code for the ideal team player. It's really simple to say, but the true meaning, well, that's all in the details.
First up, humble. And this is the most important of the 3 by far. This isn't about being timid or having low self-esteem. It's about being free of ego. Humble people are quick to point out what others contributed, and they're slow to seek any attention for their own work. They always put the team first.
Second, hungry. These are the people who are always looking for the next thing, the next opportunity to contribute. They've got a really strong work ethic, they're passionate about the team's mission, and they feel this personal sense of responsibility for its success. You never have to push them to do more.
And third, smart. Now, crucially, this isn't about intellectual horsepower. We're not talking book smarts. It's about being people smarts. It's having good judgment and intuition about other people. Smart team players understand the impact of their words and actions, and they just know how to navigate those tricky interpersonal situations effectively.
But the true power of this model, where it really clicks, is when you see what happens when just one of these virtues is missing. That absence creates these predictable and probably very familiar types of problem players.
Just look at how this breaks down. If someone is humble and smart, but they lack that hunger, what do you get? The lovable slacker. Super pleasant to be around, but only ever does the bare minimum. Now, what if they're humble and hungry, but not people smart? You get the accidental messmaker. Their intentions are great, but their lack of awareness creates constant problems for everyone else. And then, the most dangerous of all, if they are hungry and smart but lack humility, you get this skillful politician, clever, ambitious, and manipulative, always using their talents for personal gain, even at the team's expense.
So, how do we put this all together?
It's simple, really. We combine the manager's playbook of focusing on individual talent with the player's code of being humble, hungry, and smart. And this gives us a powerful, unified strategy for building a truly exceptional team.
So here's your action plan. First, study your existing stars. What are their unique talents? And do they embody being humble, hungry, and smart? That becomes your blueprint. Second, make the 3 virtues the price of admission to your team. Hire for them relentlessly. Third, apply that great manager's key. Set clear goals and then get out of the way. Let your talented team find their own path to get there. And finally, make development about coaching, not fixing. Help your people amplify their strengths and live out the 3 virtues every single day.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Teamwork isn't about suppressing individuality. It's about harnessing it. The manager's real job is to be a talent scout and a coach, finding that individual excellence and putting it in a position where it can shine for the benefit of the whole team.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. The old way was to try and sand down everyone's edges to make them all well-rounded. The new playbook is about finding uniquely talented, humble, hungry, and smart individuals, and then combining their distinct strengths to create a team that is truly, truly unstoppable. So the question is, which one are you building?